Yo, we're back. Sorry, guys, we had some technical difficulties to say the least. We got sabotaged. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it for your imagination. Anyway, where were we again, Ashraf? I forgot.
Well, that was hilarious, honestly. We were having a good chat, and then
Oh,
some
the
fraud
chat,
comes
but
and
yeah.
it ruins it for everyone. Um,
Yeah. If you want to
yeah,
tell them, you
sorry,
can tell
no,
them, bro.
Cali, it's not StreamYard, Cali. It was one fraud who's not here today, right? Who we bought the channel from. He just had technical difficulties and ended the stream accidentally. Yeah, so
He wanted to leave the stream himself, and he closed the stream on accidents.
yeah.
This guy, bro, like, he cannot be serious. Well, anyway, Saad is going on a vacation, so he's at a different location, and he has terrible connection. That's why he cannot join the stream, because it lags, according to him. And he wanted to leave, and instead of leaving, he closed the stream. So that's what happened, and we had to set up a whole new stream. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're back. We were talking about Ødegaard, and we were talking about Eze being a 10.
Yeah.
Possibly being a 10.
No, I was talking about Zubimendi. I was saying, if Zubimendi doesn't find his feet and doesn't settle in quickly, or worst case scenario, gets an injury, bro, I'm not going to lie. I think we are screwed in that midfield position because Norgard and Rice together, neither one of them have the ability that Zubimendi or Partey have, like when it comes to getting the ball from the centre backs, progressing it forward, playing some good through balls, having some forward thinking mindset. Moreno, I don't think is good at that either. I think he's more like an advanced 8 where he can crash the box and score.
Yeah.
So imagine we only have one player who does that right now, and this is why for me it was super important that if we get rid of Partey, we actually go put decent money and get a backup, or even find a quality backup for a cheap fee. Like, you definitely can scout someone in some of the top 5 leagues, or
I mean,
in
I
South
can give
America
you a
or somewhere
nice
else.
example. We could have loaned Paulinho for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Until we found a good legitimate.
But potentially, but
replacement.
the thing with Paulina, I feel he's also like a destroyer more than a creator. Like, I know people will laugh at me when I say this, but why couldn't we go put in a proper bid for Baleba? Like, if you think about it, I know you'll say, oh, the price, but then we paid 50 million for Madueke. Literally 50 million for Madueke. You take that money, add another 20 million to it. That's a first opening bid for Baleba. And we probably can negotiate from there and get him at like max 75, 80 million. I would say max 80 million. I think we could get him for less, to be honest, because he'll push for a move as well. Because what player would want to stay at Brighton for so long when Arsenal is coming in for you? But we ended up getting Norgard, and people were like, yeah, he's just a backup. He's just a backup. He's just a backup until one injury happens. That he's not a backup anymore, right? He's just a backup until, like, Zubimendi does not settle in and does not perform well, that he's not a backup anymore. Like, it's weird, honestly. Like, in my opinion, we've not done well in that regards. And then obviously we just had breaking news. I'll let you like bring the news up before I discuss it.
Should I just pull it up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Let me find it on. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me just make a new tab for this, and then do this. Yeah, bro. This one, I think. Let me zoom in a little bit. Right. You should be able to see this. Well, according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal see Eberici Eze as a number 10 and not a left winger. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is the news that we literally just got maybe 20 minutes ago. And according to this, Eze will be seen as a midfielder. But what does that mean for what we just spoke about, a.k.a. Ødegaard, a.k.a. the creativity in the midfield? You know what I'm saying? Because I thought this guy was going to be our left winger. I was convinced that this guy was going to be our left winger, because I did not see Madueke as a potential starter. But then again, I looked at his price, and I know the club we are. and at the end of the day, we don't spend 50 million on backups. That just doesn't happen around here. We are not Manchester City. You know what I'm saying? So,
So
but
what do
then
you think
again,
it means?
bro, this just means.
Giovanni hit the nail on the head.
Should I just?
Giovanni, yeah, exactly. This is exactly what it means, Giovanni.
Yeah.
It means Madueke is going to be probably a starting left winger. Ya
Yeah.
Allah.
He's either going to start left wing, and the games that he doesn't play, he's just going to sub in for Saka. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those situations. If Saka gets subbed, you know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't happen a lot as well. But I don't know, man. For me, this just means that we just need to buy another winger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna rip the band-aid straight away, Ashraf. If we see Eze as a number 10, I can see this guy actually replacing Odegaard in the team. Because if we bring in Gyökeres, that means that your favorite, because let's be real, Havertz is his favorite. He even likes him more than Odegaard. We know this. You know what I'm saying? And even with Havertz, he chose to bring in a striker, aka Gyökeres. You know what I'm saying? We know he wanted Sesko. We know he wanted him to be the understudy of Havertz so he can still play Havertz. But now you bought a prolific striker who is clearly better than Havertz. Now you need to play him. You know what I'm saying? And for me, the same goes to Odegaard. If you bring in Eze and he is a midfielder, he must start. He must start. You know what I'm saying? Because he will get to number 10. And we don't give number 10s like that easily. You know what I'm saying? Because we gave it to ESR because we actually thought he would be just as good as Saka. You know what I'm saying? But then injuries happened. And we all know what happened after that. And the next number 10 that is going to happen will be Eze. And if you're the number 10 of Arsenal Football Club, you need to start. That's why I thought he will not drop Odegaard and he will play Eze as a left winger. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, Eze will be more than Madueke. So you're not going to tell me that Eze will be a bench player if this guy is 60 plus. You know what I'm saying? Because Madueke is 50 plus and he will not bench, in my opinion. But also Eze will not bench. So that means that he will drop Odegaard eventually. Or Odegaard will play more of an 8 role and he will drop Rice a little bit deeper. But why did you buy Zubimendi then? You know what I'm saying? All questions that I need answers for, and I just don't know, Ashraf. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yeah,
bro?
it's pretty, for me, it's annoying as hell because while Eze is not my number one option as a left winger, but I think he's better than the current left wingers we have. If we truly bring him in to play him as a, and this is the thing where I will question some of the journalists, because when they say things like Arsenal see Eberechi Eze as a 10, not a left winger, blah blah blah. How do they know this? Because the only guy who can make that call is the manager. And I'm pretty sure Arteta's not talking to any of these reporters telling them, this is what I'm going to play this guy, this is what I'm going to play this guy. So for me, I do find some of these reports a bit weird, but if it is true, and let's just for this argument's sake say it is true, then I think it's a bit like, it's a weird move, because it either means you're going to be playing Martinelli on the left wing, which some of these guys mentioned, which is not good, by the way. Sorry,
bro,
is your finger up?
And that's also for Lawrence as well, bro. Bro, we do not want this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there could be potentially a moment in time where Madueke is just better than Martinelli. And I think that will be the case. Martinelli is not that good, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you look at this last few preseason games, our left side was non-existent, like always, bro. These guys are not improving. It's still the same. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want this. And at the end of the day, we're just saying that we will not be surprised if Madueke ends up being the starting left winger, because these guys are performing this bad. Like, actually, my bad that I interrupted you, Ashraf. But
no, man, it's all good. It's I agree with you 100%. And the funny, man, the thing is, we're not that serious, bro, honestly. Because if we were serious, we let go of Martinelli or Trossard, one of these two, and go get Rodrygo. Like, there is no logical reason why we shouldn't be in for Rodrygo. We need a left winger. He's the best left winger in the market. Him and Rafael Leao. I don't know if Leao is available, but let's say he is. But Rodrygo, we know for sure is available. These are proper left wingers. Why are we like pussyfooting and looking at 10 that can play left wing? Martinelli, give him one more chance. Oh, Trossard, he's come clutch in his games. What are we doing? Like, are we serious about winning the league or not? Because if we're serious about winning the league, it should be a no-brainer. You got your striker, you got Zubimendi to come in to replace Partey, even though clearly Norgard was your Partey replacement. You know you need a left winger because your left wingers have been garbage. Your left wingers over the last 2 seasons have not been good enough. So we need to get someone of quality in the left wing, and Rodrygo is right there. We're not even saying go and get Vinny Jr. or go get someone who's unattainable. We're saying get a world-class winger who's actually available for probably for like 80 million euros or 90 million euros, which for him, by the way, I think is worth it. I think he's 100% worth that money. I would have even been okay with us not getting Madueke, not getting Eze, and just getting Rodrygo. Because then I can at least say maybe Waneri can come through as a 10 if Odegaard is not performing. Max Dowman probably can play 6, 7, 8 games a season and slowly start getting into the rhythm of things. Like maybe I can bank on some of these guys. But at least now I know left wing, I have an incredible left winger, incredible right winger, fantastic striker. And when he's on form, one of the best playmakers in the league in Odegaard, if he's on form. If he's not on form, I'll bank it on Waneri. I'll give him those games because he's 18. Skelly's been playing a lot of games. Waneri's obviously year on year getting physically stronger, adapting to the league, adapting to the pace. He can play the 10 clearly. He can play as a right winger. That makes a lot more sense. If you're constrained by money, if money is an issue and you cannot afford to go get Eze and Madueke and Rodrygo, then prioritize what you need to do. The priority should have then been Gyökeres, Zubimendi, left winger. Whatever money we have left or whatever money we raise from sales, now I'll go sprinkle it on these other extra things, like extra competition for Odegaard, backup for Saka, a backup for left back, backup for this. I don't mind that. That makes sense. We have just shot ourselves in the foot, and if we don't end up getting a proper left winger, in my opinion, it's gonna really bite us in the ass. Because the reality is, let's be honest, every signing we make in the transfer window, we cannot just look at our team. If you're just sitting there as an Arsenal fan, looking at, let's see who we got, and we got a striker, yay, we got this player, yay, you're an idiot. Because the reality is, we're not competing by ourselves. It's not like, Arsenal, if you hit over 80 points, you win the league, regardless of what other teams do. We're competing with other giants, and Liverpool, especially with Wirtz and Ekitike coming in, and Frimpong and Kerkez, they're the champions, and they've gotten stronger, and they've kept their best 2 players, Van Dijk and Salah.
But
so whatever we're signing, we have to look at what they do as well.
There's also this, by the way.
All reports say we're fine with PSR, like it's not even close to danger zone. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, Cali. Like I don't think we have any PSR issue. I think we can go spend that money on Rodrygo. People will say, but his wages are high. But that's what big players demand. He's a 2-time Champions League winner where he played a pivotal role in them winning the Champions League. So it's common sense that he's going to ask 300k plus. And by the way, if he's that desperate now, I don't think he'll be demanding as much. Although now that Isak is probably not joining Liverpool, I guess we'll talk about it later, there's a very good chance that Liverpool say, hey, we'll pay whatever Rodrygo wants. That puts us in a difficult spot. But regardless, I think if we sell him a proper, if we go put in a proper pitch, we tell him we'll give you this money, whatever Liverpool are willing to pay you, we'll match it. You're going to be a starting left winger easily every single game. You're going to be starting for Arsenal every single match. You can take us from second to actually winning the league because you're that much of a difference maker. You're going to be the main guy here. Like if they can sell him that kind of story, we have a good chance of getting him. But the fact, and if we cannot get him, go and freaking give AC Milan 80, 90 million and get Rafael Leao. So you're still getting a quality left winger. But we're not serious. And all our fans were sitting there saying, we just got Gyökeres. Amazing signing. I'm super happy with Gyökeres. I have no issues whatsoever. I wanted Gyökeres the whole time. Obviously, after Isak, but Isak was unattainable for us. But in that scenario, you have to go complete the work. Getting Gyökeres is not enough. I'm sorry, guys. If you're celebrating getting Gyökeres and think, now we can go win the league, we got our missing piece, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are competing against Liverpool, who are already better than us, and they've gotten even better now. To close the gap, we need to have a better team. And that means getting a proper left winger.
I mean, I 100% agree with you, bro, on that part, especially with Rodrygo and Leao. I feel like those are targets that this club actually needs right now. We still need one of those star power type of wingers, you know what I'm saying? We do not need young wingers that just need to improve still, or blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? We need some proven wingers at this moment in time, and also it's a big issue that we're facing right now with this situation, because I 100% agree, because I mentioned this on my last stream on my channel as well. I said, why did we buy Madueke if we need to sell to buy players like Eze at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me, because this guy is clearly a starter, and someone like Madueke is clearly a backup, unless Arteta sees him as a starter. You know what I'm saying? That we just need to see that still, because Madueke is on vacation and we don't know what Arteta's plans are with him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I feel like we did ourselves short in this transfer window still. That's why I agree with you, because we still need to do a lot more, it almost feels like, you know? Because if you look at all of these players that we bought 6 players. 4 of them are replacements, and Madueke will also be a replacement if we either sell Trossard or Martinelli, which seems at this moment of time a little bit more unlikely, because they want to resign Trossard and they want to keep Martinelli. Because today's report, I can also show you that tweet as well. Martinelli, yeah. Let me show this, bro, because I feel like this is very, very important to show currently. This is also reported by Ben Jacobs, like 45 minutes ago. Share screen. This one. There you go. Arsenal do not want to sell Gabriel Martinelli this summer, and Leandro Trossard is more likely to depart. This is, in my opinion, this was a little bit more obvious for me, but I personally am a little bit gutted by the fact that we could have cashed in on this guy and get some serious money and invest that cash in wingers like Leao, for example. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw reports about 70 million. You know what I'm saying? 65, 70 million, 75 million for this guy who's on 180k as well per week. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that would be a no-brainer, but apparently he wants to stay as well. And apparently the club likes him, loves him. He's one of the Gabbies, you know what I'm saying? You know the whole fairy tale at the club currently. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's not leaving. You know what I'm saying? And also this go ahead. What you want to say?
No, I was just gonna say, honestly, bro, I swear to God, I'm not xenophobic, guys. But this fake Brazilian, this original Italian, he probably should be defending, because you know how they praise him for, his work rate, he defends well, he comes back. You can tell he's originally Italian. I swear you can tell he's originally Italian. It's just lack of skills. Man, this guy had so much talent. Can you believe, you're gonna laugh at me for saying this? 3 seasons ago, I thought he's gonna be the main superstar, not Saka, because he was outscoring Saka. He came into the picture before him. Klopp and Ronaldinho were calling him like a generational talent. And I was watching him in certain big games against Man City, against Liverpool, against Chelsea. And I was like, man, this guy has a bright future. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Arteta just sucked him dry. Pause. I don't know if Arteta just sucked his talent dry. Yeah. I don't know if Arteta sucked his talent dry, somehow killed his creativity by saying, just stop running, just come back, keep coming back, stop running forward, don't attack. I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't know what possessed this guy and took away his Brazilian flair. Pause. I paused it immediately while I said it, to be honest.
You even have Aaron saying "Ayo, bro."
Yeah, exactly. If Aaron is saying it, then I'm in trouble. But I don't know what happened to him, man. It's a mystery, and of course you have to look at the player always. You cannot just blame the manager. But when you see Odegaard is also dropped last season, you see Martinelli is not the same anymore. You just start thinking like it's something to do with what Arteta has been doing with them. And I'm not going to sit here and say, he does not know how to coach attacking players, because some of their best numbers came under him. So we have to give him credit there. But then raises the question.
Did he get his most goals with Emery? You know what I'm saying? But it was like in a half-season period. I think Martinelli, when he started coming on for Emery, had his highest goals per 90. Like,
Yeah, maybe, but that's because he was coming off the bench and stuff. But his best performing season ever, not just stats wise, but even performance wise,
yeah, it was the 15 goal season. Yeah,
the 22-23 season, 15 goals, 7 assists, or something like that.
16 goals, my bad.
No, 15, 100%.
15?
I remember it because
16.
because that was the record for a Brazilian in the Premier League. It was Firmino who had it before him. It was Firmino and him both have 15, if I'm not wrong. That was a season. So for me, when I saw that he could do that with Trossard, he could do that with Trossard. But if you look at Trossard's numbers, they've never been better than Arsenal. Like if you look at his numbers with Brighton, his numbers with Arsenal are a lot better. So clearly he can coach attackers. Clearly he can get them to play well. But that for me is all the more reason why I have so much vitriol towards him and I want him out, because if you can do it, why aren't you doing it? Why are you playing like an absolute coward and asking these guys to defend like we are Stoke City playing against prime Man City? Like, let's relax a little bit.
Yeah.
But you have to also look at Martinelli for me, because at least Saka, while he's also doing the defensive work, still managed to score, still managed to get into dangerous positions, still managed to finish his chances. So Martinelli still needs to look at himself. And I think if this season he doesn't start strong, he's going to be on the bench for the rest of the season and he needs to go by next summer. 100%.
And also this point of what Kelly is making, his injury, I felt like, yes, that did play a part in why he slowed down a little bit. But I feel like because people called me an agenda merchant when I said this, they said they always, you know what I'm saying, when you speak some uncomfortable truths, they like to paint you in a certain way. And that they did that specifically when I said Arteta does not improve attackers, because name me one attacker that he improved outside of Saka, who is a given at the end of the day, because Saka would also improve under Emery. Saka would also improve under Wenger. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Saka is just one of those players that he is that talented that under any manager in that growth spurt, he would have improved. You know what I'm saying? Because of his talent. You know what I'm saying? Because of who he is at the end of the day. So for me, when I look at actual players who need guidance, like Martinelli, you know what I'm saying? I never saw Arteta improving those kinds of players. The reason why Trossard was so good is because he was already at a certain age where he already molded his game to a certain way that he just did his own thing instead of listening to Arteta and what Arteta told him to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why he
Plus, he came to a better team as well. Coming from Brighton to Arsenal, you have better supporters, better creators.
Bro, he had like double-digit assists in that short period of time where he joined us in that
10 assists, I remember.
10 assists. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And after that, he got one of our highest goal tallies of our players. You know what I'm saying? He was performing very, very well. But as you can see, Trossard is also slowing down. And when you have a manager like Arteta who's very pragmatic, these guys are also going to slow down very, very much. You know what I'm saying? And also, Martinelli is also suffering from the fact that he's defending a lot. And this guy used to be a striker. You know what I'm saying? just deep that.
His original position, yeah.
Yeah, his original position is actually a striker. If we maybe played him striker for a few seasons, maybe he didn't drop off this much. Maybe his finishing did not suffer this much because he was at the striker position. So he's keeps shooting to the goal. He keeps scoring goals. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at that moment he just I'm going to use an NBA term. You know what I'm saying? If you don't shoot for long periods of time, you're going to get cold, as they say. You know what I'm saying? If you play NBA 2K, you're going to get like the cold badge under you because you are not shooting well or you're not shooting at all. You know what I'm saying? You're getting cold, basically. Martinelli, at this moment in time, there was a period where he just got cold and he was just he lost his confidence in front of goal. And then he did not turn that around. He was still in that funk at the end of the day. And now he's still suffering from that. And then you have a manager also who cannot improve you offensive-wise. You are not going to improve as an attacker overall. You know what I'm saying? You needed someone who can slap you out of that funk. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? Am I waffling? Because I feel like this is genuinely true. He, one time, lost his spark and he never got it back when it comes to finishing his dinner. Because remember when we played Liverpool 22-23 at Anfield, that through ball, Ødegaard, boom, Martinelli goal. You know what I'm saying? He still gets in those positions, but he just doesn't finish his dinner anymore. He lost that spark when it comes to finishing, and he did not have the right people around him to slap to snap him out of it, basically. And now he's in a funk. And
I think he also benefited. Yeah, I think he also benefited tremendously that season from Gabriel Jesus playing as a striker, because he would drop deep, he would switch with him sometimes, go out left and let Martinelli come in center. And Gabriel Jesus was not just like he was not a great scorer, but he was a fantastic facilitator. Like he would be able to link up with Saka and Martinelli and slot them through. So he when Havertz came in, Saka was able to adapt, Martinelli couldn't, and that also shows you the difference in their talent and the difference in their quality. But I definitely think Arteta has to take a lot of blame for that, because when you have someone who was 21 scoring 15 and 6 in that 22-23 season, and then you just see him dip from there, along with some of the attacking players, then you have to basically question yourself and say, how come only Saka kept going up and in an upward incline, and the others have all gone down? We'll talk about, I know Havertz, yes, he's had his best numbers under Arteta, but fair enough, that was a good half season. But he's not repeated it last season, right? He was nowhere near that. So even with the injury, even if you just look at goals per game, he's not, or GA per game, he's not at that level. So look, there's a lot of issues, man. There's a lot of issues, and I think unless getting a left winger for me just solves some of these problems, because I think someone like Rodrygo, regardless of the manager's instructions, he is too creative and too offensive minded that he is going to try and do things exactly like Alexis Sanchez. When we got Alexis Sanchez, you could not control him. Yes, he lost the ball more than any other Arsenal player in a game, but that's because his mindset was, I want to score, I want to create, I want us to attack, I want us to go forward. Ozil, same thing. Ozil, when he came from Madrid, it doesn't matter what instructions he'll get from Wenger, he's not going to slow the ball down. Exactly. Every time he gets the ball, he's going to look forward and say, how can I create? Because these guys come from that mentality in these clubs. So we need to, honestly, bro, we need to figure out a way to get more players from Madrid and Barca, just for the mentality. Just for the mentality. Like if I could get someone like Fermin Lopez to come in with that mentality of his from the La Masia, if you could get someone like even Frankie de Jong to come in, just with players to come in from these clubs where the mentality is every time we get the ball, we're looking at how can we score? How can we score? That's the priority. And our players, I think, right now have been too brainwashed with how to avoid conceding, that it just killed our attacking prowess.
Exactly. And players like Martinelli suffered from that at the end of the day. They need guidance. They need someone to snap them out of it, but they don't have it. I just saw another tweet from Daily AFC. Apparently, Ben Jacobs said this as well. I'm just going to pull it up right now, which is this. My expectation, according to Ben Jacobs, my expectation is that Arsenal will just sign a number 10, with Eberici Eze being their top target, and less likely to sign a specialist left winger. It feels the last attack-minded reinforcement for Arsenal will be a number 10.
Yeah, but then again, he's speaking out of his ass then, and this goes back to my point about Arteta's not going to come and tell you, hey, this is my strategy for next season. If our only remaining signing is Eze, it's common sense he's going to be playing left wing, because he's played left wing last season many games. I'm not saying he won't play as a 10 as well. He'll probably play a lot of games as a 10. But with Trossard's thinking it up, with Martinelli's thinking it up, and Madueke will think it up when he does get to play there, he's eventually going to play Eze as a left wing a lot more. And I think, by the way, I think that's Arteta and Berta's mindset as well. They're probably thinking, we'll try out Martinelli, we'll try out Madueke. If neither one of them works out, guess what? We still have Eze who can play on the left. So if he's our only signing, I 100% think he starts on the left wing for us.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think he will, for example, start someone like Madueke or Martinelli over someone like Ødegaard, for example. I don't see them doing that. So I don't see Eze then playing for Ødegaard and then some of those guys playing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that happening as well. But for me, this is alarming, bro, because this just every minute that passes in this stream that we're having right now, we're getting another tweet just confirming our doubts and confirming the one thing that we don't want, which is Madueke being our main left winger at the end of the day. This just keeps on proving that. And yes, like you said, he could be waffling, and it could be so that Eze will be our main left winger. But I want to ask something to you about that. You know what I'm saying? Because people who watch my stream, my last stream, they already know how I feel about Eze at the left wing, which is I feel like we would waste a player like him if we put him on the wing.
Yeah.
We won't get the best out of him. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like forcing someone like Ødegaard while Eze is there is just not smart. And having a how do I describe this the best way? Having a non-existent, okay, I'll use it. Having a non-existent left side with Eze as a number 10 will also not help at the end of the day.
100%.
It will not.
100%.
It's like we're boxing with one arm. The other arm is like tied in our back, and we're like boxing like this, bro. How are we gonna? You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna play Saka and inshallah at the end of the day again.
Yeah.
You know, and this tweet, yeah. When I saw this tweet, I was like, bro, my Leao hopes, because I don't see us buying Rodrygo. I see us go for someone like Leao because he is a little bit cheaper. We can buy him for around 65 these days. You know what I'm saying? And Rodrygo is way more than that. It's like 85, 90. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that we could have done something for Leao. But this tweet, and Ben Jacobs being pretty reliable these days, by the way, just proved to me that this Leao dream, I can just throw it away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, as I said, man. Like, we have left wingers available who are left wingers who love to play left wing, and we're just shitting the bed. I don't know what to say, man. Like, honestly, and you know the annoying thing is, even if Eze is cooking as a 10, even if Saka is cooking as a 10, when teams play against us, you need your entire system to work. Otherwise, everything could break. If well, he should have gone like this last summer anyway. So unfortunately, he's going nowhere. If the teams know the left wing is not really a threat for Arsenal, it's so easy for them to focus more on our right wing and slow us down. And because they know, even if the ball gets switched to the left, the players playing there, whether it's Madueke, whether it's Martinelli or Trossard, if he stays, they're not going to create that much damage. That makes it a lot easier to defend against us.
Yeah.
And Liverpool fans can attest to this as well. Like, yes, I know Salah was their best player last season by far. Obviously, the main reason they won the league. But there are games where I've watched the ball go to Gakpo and he was threatening. He was actually doing something. He was winning penalties. He was getting into the box and finishing some of the Salah crosses, winning headers. And like that, you need someone on the left who can create that kind of threat. I'm not saying he has to be as good as Saka, but we need someone where if things are not going well on the right and they're clearly like shutting us out there, because that's clearly where we do our best work with Odegaard and Saka and Ben White link up, or Timber, obviously, when he plays as well. We need to be able to switch the play to the other side and trust that we are going to get similar damage from the left wing. And unfortunately, we don't have that in our team. And I think someone like Rodrygo or Leao would do that for us. But yeah, look, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're going to move on to other teams as well, guys. But before we move on to the next topic, I just want to say one more thing. Anyone, okay, I'm just gonna put my neck on the line, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who thinks, okay, who tries to do the whole, oh, he's gonna get 007, he's gonna flop, he has Timberlands when he plays football, he's slow, he's fat, he is Justin Bieber but Swedish, and he's fat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Anyone who thinks Gyökeres is not gonna tear the Premier League another one has something coming to them, bro. They need to realize this, because if you're gonna cast your judgment after 15 minutes of football, after having one training, by the way, one training, guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say this, yeah. My gunman is gonna crack 30 plus this season in all comps. Just watch.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? People are going to realize that they're making a huge mistake with this Gyökeres situation. Because I've also seen Ashraf, and you know how I moved when we were linked with Sesko. You know what I'm saying? I even see United fans And even some other rival fans now suddenly gassing Sesko, you know what I'm saying? And calling Gyökeres a fat Swedish old guy who cannot finish his dinner, who's slow, who has no first touch. You know what I'm saying?
Just mad.
I'm saying this to you guys right now, yeah? This is my guy. And I back this guy for 1.5 years plus. Okay? And he will score me 30 plus. Just watch. You know what I'm saying? For the haters, just watch. You know what I'm saying? He will get he will get at least top 2 in the Premier League as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think anyone who's questioning him, it's just a bit odd. Like, if you watch him and the way he plays, a lot of things about him you can tell are like top quality striker attributes, like his positioning, his finishing. Like I know that video was going viral in the training where he got the ball and he curled it from outside, like from first touch. But that is a very difficult thing to do. If you've played football, you understand. It's a very difficult thing to do. I think he's going to be a big hit for us. I know it's concerning that no Portuguese top scorer of the last 15-20 years has made it outside Portugal, but this guy's different, man. He's an absolute monster. He kills it not just for Sporting in the league, but even in the Champions League, even when he plays for Sweden. I've heard from a lot of people that apparently he's better for Sweden than Isak is. I think Isak is a better striker, but this guy is fantastic. And I actually think this is our first proper signing, in my opinion, a proper striker signing since Aubameyang. And the last time we signed someone of that caliber, he absolutely banged. Aubameyang from day one was scoring and being a threat, and he was fantastic for us in those first 2-3 years. I think Gyökeres is going to be exactly that. I think in the next 5 years, he's going to like give us if he stays fit, hopefully he's going to give us an average of maybe 18 to 25 Premier League goals every season.
Exactly. And for the people, one more time, doubting this guy,
fools, fools, fools! I call you fools, you fools, you.
Yes, exactly. Just watch the brilliance. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we have a proper left side, I feel like we're gonna get a lot of goals, goals out of Gyökeres. I feel like because we only have one side which is working, aka Saka's side, the right side. You know what I'm saying? It is gonna look slow. We need to get prepared for this. One more thing before we move on to the Newcastle United battle for Sesko topic. Be prepared, Arsenal fans, for another very slow, very boring season of football. And with very slow and very boring, I mean Arteta's tactics. You know what I'm saying?
Playing style.
Because if he doesn't change the way we play to a more attacking way, like the 22-23 season, to suit Gyökeres more, for example, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be a very slow, very long season. So that's my whole thing about that. But anyway, Sesko, speaking about strikers, speaking about Sesko, he is going to join one Premier League side, it seems. You know what I'm saying? Newcastle and Man United are battling for this bum. You know what I'm saying? It's like two clowns fighting in a, you know what I'm saying? For something
for a clown.
For another
fighting
clown.
For a
exactly.
clown.
Exactly. For the
you know what's so funny
car.
about this? You know what's so funny about this? Sesko has been rejected by his number one choice, right? Because thank God for that. United had their number one option in Gyökeres reject them badly multiple times. And Newcastle have been rejected and dumped by everyone. So it's literally all the rejects are battling each other. It's like, imagine a girl that's been rejected by a bunch of guys, right? And then two guys have been rejected by every girl going and battling for this girl. Like, bruh, it's just
exactly.
Oh my God.
And the girl that they actually wanted, aka Gyökeres, they're saying, "Oh, I never wanted her anyway." You know what I'm saying? He is walking away with the rich guy with the, you know what I'm saying, BMW M5. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go, bro.
Bruh, this is such a fun. Honestly, I'm reading the news. It's such a funny battle. I'm just thinking, these guys are all flops. Somehow they're gonna bottle it. I guarantee. Somehow there's a chance United get into the next season with Højlund and Xerxes still as their strikers. Newcastle get nobody, and just they keep Isak hostage, right? And
I mean, apparently they want Watkins now.
Yeah, that I can see happening. To be honest, I can see because Watkins is an easy buy. He's also Premier League proven, so he'll at least get them some goals.
But the thing is, will
um,
Watkins leave Aston Villa for Newcastle? Is the question, because I don't think that's pretty much is that really an upgrade?
Why wouldn't he?
Ashraf? Is that really an
course it is.
upgrade though?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is. To
come
be
on.
honest. Like, look, I think Newcastle, like with the resources they have, with some of the players they have, like Bruno Guimaraes and well, Isak is obviously going to go eventually. I don't know. I feel like it might be a better move because with Villa, I just not only do I not trust their manager, who I don't think is I think he's a okay cup manager, a good cup manager in
evening.
fact, but good evening, but he's not good enough like in the long run for a project. Or and obviously Watkins is too old now to be looking at a project, but I think at Newcastle he has more chances of winning trophies than he has at Villa, in my opinion. Unless the owners change their mind and decide, okay, we're selling, we're not serious anymore about this, which I don't think is going to be the case. So just from an ownership perspective, I feel going to Newcastle might make more sense. But I actually thought you were referring to United. I thought you were saying Watkins is going to United or looking, because that's the that's the link.
The latest is because I wanted to ask you. So from what I'm gathering, you think Sesko will join United, okay? Because everyone is rejecting Newcastle. Also, Sesko is rejecting Newcastle. So you think he will join Manchester United? Yeah.
I think if he chooses between both, I think he'll join United. Yes.
Yeah. I saw because of that, Newcastle are now eyeing a Watkins move. You know what I'm saying? Because this Isak situation is a mess. We'll come to it when we get to the Liverpool section. You know what I'm saying? But this Isak situation is a mess. I feel like they need a striker now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Sesko is not going to happen. Apparently, Sesko will join United. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen United chat of Twitter accounts making comms of him. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that they are ready to make a bid, but they are ready for around 65, 70 million. But Leipzig want around 75, 80 million, like they did us. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that's going on with the Sesko situation is the price, I heard, with United. The player is already willing to play for United and willing to sacrifice Europe. You know what I'm saying? Because they are not in Europe, they're not going to play anything. You know what I'm saying? Not even Conference League. Which, first of all, tells me about his mentality. This guy is not a winner. If you're going to think, oh, let me join the one team with no Champions League or no Europe football so I can ease my way into United. You know what I'm saying? You pussy. That's why I didn't want you, bro. You're a fraud. You know what I'm saying? This is why you're a fraud. You're going to shoot at the keeper or you're going to shoot outside the target. We know what you're made of. Especially us two, me and Ashraf, because we already watched you for 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? We know that what's going. Okay, let me stay objective. I'm the host, so I need to stay objective today. He is going to flop at United at the end of the day, but he will join United. I feel like he will join United, and Newcastle needs to. They need to get their shit together, bro. You know what I'm saying? In all seriousness. Because these guys are getting rejected by everybody and their grandmother. Like, but bro.
It makes sense though, T, because these guys are idiots. They don't know where to shop. They don't know how to go and target certain players. I have no idea why they're trying to go after big targets that are also linked with other clubs. You're not that guy yet, so calm yourself down. And since PSR exists now, and you cannot just go give crazy salaries, the right thing for a team like Newcastle to do is to do the Brighton project. The only difference between them and Brighton is that because they have the owners and the money and all that kind of stuff, they can afford to pay a bit more. They can afford to keep their players. They're not a selling club, right? So if I was the Newcastle director, I'd be like, listen, let's humble ourselves. Let's stop going after targets that are also being chased by Arsenal and United and City and Liverpool and all these other clubs. Let's go find top quality talents, like how we found Bruno Guimaraes, like how we found Isak, how we got Gordon, probably fair enough. He was from the Premier League, but not a lot of clubs like were pushing in for him at the time. Go and find some of these talents and sign. Correct. They have no director of football. I remember. Yes. Is it just me or are you on mute, T? T, your voice.
Bro, no wonder they're getting rejected.
Yeah, they don't have a director of football. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember I
Okay.
read that.
Now everything makes sense to me. Now everything that makes sense to me.
Yeah, which is
Continue,
mental.
Ashraf.
But and that's my point. Like, if they do the smart thing and do what Brighton do, what Dortmund do, what these clubs do, when they go scout some of these young talents, get them from these other leagues, like the league, the Portuguese league, the Serie A. And I said not Serie A, maybe, but like get them from these other leagues. Get these young talents who have potential to become massive, and get them in your club. The only difference now is you won't get bullied selling them, right? Look at Isak now. Liverpool just offered 110 or 120 million pounds, and they just rejected it. You think Brighton would have done that? If Brighton got 120 million for a superstar, they would have driven him personally to wherever the hell they're getting the bid from. So if you're that kind of club and you want to compete and you want to be serious, humble yourself, take a step back, and start getting young talents. Pay your scouting team big money, because I don't think that has anything to do with PSR. You could go get the best scouts in the world and pay them triple the wages that normal scouts get, and make sure they get you a list of like 20, 30 top quality players of the potential of being world class in the next couple of years, and start signing these players. Those are a lot easier to get.
But that's the thing,
a lot easier to get.
Every top talent are rejecting them. TK rejected them. Sesko rejected them.
But that's what I'm trying to say, because Ekitike is also linked with Liverpool. He was linked with some other clubs. I'm saying go after players the way you got Isak when not a lot of clubs were going after him. The way you got Gyökeres when not a lot of clubs like put in a proper bid for him. Go get these kind of talents. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they could have gone and got someone like Gittins way before Chelsea did, for example, or someone of that caliber. They could have gone and got what's his name, Joe Bellingham, right, before he went to Dortmund. Go after these players. Don't go after players that are also being chased by fellow big clubs in England, because you're not going to win that battle. If you're going for a freaking Mbuemo's not going to want to join you over United. I know United are a banter club right now. We're all laughing at them. But they're still a much bigger club than you. They're obviously going to be able to attract players more. Players grew up dreaming of playing for United, watching United dominate England and Europe. You're nowhere to be in that conversation. That's what I'm saying. They need to know who they are. You're going after freaking Joao Pedro. Okay, fair enough. That's a good target. But the moment Chelsea came in, it's over for you. That's what I'm saying. Stop chasing Premier League talents. Because the moment you chase a Premier League talent, other clubs will also say, if Newcastle are getting him, we can hijack that deal. Because it's super easy. It's Newcastle. But if you go get some young, talented 20, 21-year-old from the League A, for example, you're probably not going to have as much competition because other clubs are not chasing him. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they need to do these things differently.
Like someone like Ben Seghir, for example.
Bro, that's a massive talent. They go get someone like this. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Not a lot of clubs now are after Ben Seghir. Exactly. Go find talents like that.
El Khunous from Leicester, for example. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Relegated team. Dibbling, right? Who obviously just got relegated with Southampton. I know they'll probably ask for a lot of money, but you're getting rejected by everyone. Might as well go get a proper right winger. They need a right winger, in fact. Elanga, for me, is not a right winger. He's a left winger who sucks there, and they just ended up throwing him on the right and set this counter-attack. There are players you can go get, but they just need to start thinking differently. Right now, I think they probably they believe they're bigger than what they really are. They believe, oh my God, we just won our Carabao first trophy in 70 years. We just made it to the Champions League. We can go get the big players. You cannot get the big players. You're not that guy. You're not that guy. You're just not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, bro, they got the cash injection, so they got the ego injection as well at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
They cannot spend the cash, though. That's the problem.
They cannot spend it. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like you have a rich dad, but he doesn't give you shit because you need to work for your money at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they should do? You know what they should do, honestly? Go to Al Hilal and say, hey, listen, give us Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. Give us Dosari, even though he's 33 years old. Give us Ruben Neves. Give us these players. Give us Cancelo. Honestly, you're better off going to Saudi and taking some of these players that went there. Yeah. That's the reality of things.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's looking long for Newcastle, to say the least. But at least some people are saying that this whole Sesko to United situation is a blessing in disguise because of the fact that it does hinder the Isak deal to Liverpool at the end of the day, which is what we're segueing to. You know what I'm saying? Isak.
Before
Yeah.
we start that, just bring up Tahir's comment because he asked about that. So it's a good
Good
comment.
one.
Let me just answer that. He said the problem with that is you don't create consistency in the team and less likely to get Champions League football. I disagree, Tahir, because Dortmund did exactly that. They were getting a lot of young talents from the academy. Yes, they also came across a very good coach who was able to like take these young talents and get them to perform at that level. Which brings me to the other point. I don't think Eddie Howe is the right guy for them in the long run. I think if you do that kind of tactic, you need someone like a De Zerbi, right? Someone who knows how to play proper attacking football, who knows how to mold these young players and get them to play brave football against the big teams. The difference between them and Brighton, Isaac, because Brighton, if you remember what, a couple of seasons ago, they got fifth, if I'm not wrong, fifth or sixth, I can't remember. I think fifth. So
I think
Brighton
so,
could do that. Yeah, because they were getting young players, talented players, and they were getting them to play good football. The difference between them and Brighton is that because it's the owners are a lot more serious, they're not Tony Bloom, they're more likely to reject all these big offers. As I told you, if Brighton got 110, 120 million pounds offer for any of their superstars, bro, that player is gone last year, not today.
Yeah.
But Newcastle clearly said, sorry, 120 million, we're not selling Isak. So if their owners are serious, do exactly what Brighton and Dortmund have been doing. Get a better manager and just don't sell your superstars when they get better, when they reach that level. Yeah, sorry.
Speaking about that, you know what I'm saying? Let me pull up something, a beautiful site, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I like looking at this. I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I know we have a lot of Liverpool fans in the chat. Big up Sean, big up Aaron, big up Val, who wants to do a bet, but we don't bet around here. That's haram. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ram, we don't do that around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wants to bet us and say, oh, if Sesko outscores Gyökeres, then we wear a Liverpool shirt on Hossam's stream. So what's the opposite side? Is Hossam going to wear a Manchester United kit if Gyökeres outscores Sesko? What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good idea. But let's go to the news. Exclusive by Ben Jacobs, who's been on a roll, like I said before. Exclusive. Liverpool has no plans as it stands to bid again for Alexander Isak this window. Nature of Newcastle United's rebuttal means Liverpool will not follow up with a second offer. You know what I'm saying? Regarded as futile unless Newcastle change their stance and contact Liverpool. So Liverpool are just standing firm and saying, you know what? This is what you get, halas. You know what I'm saying? Your player wants to leave. You are in no position to choose and pick what you want. That's what Liverpool are saying right now. They're big dicking Newcastle once again. You know what I'm saying? Because the first one was Ekitike. They're like, hey, you want Ekitike? That he's mine now. You know what I'm saying? Here, we're the number 22. You know what I'm saying? You're our new number 22. They're doing the same with Isak. For me, because of the fact that Newcastle are in no position to keep this guy, because he fled the country. He is in San Sebastian, you know what I'm saying, in the mountains of San Sebastian, because apparently Zubimendi was spitting, because Isak even likes the mountains of San Sebastian, to the point that he left Newcastle and went there to train. You know what I'm saying? They're training right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what I said, that's Ayo, because big dicking is literally what you're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what you're doing. See it as a compliment, Red Line. Big up, by the way. Big up, bro. So Liverpool are just now literally showing the power and saying, you know what, Newcastle, you have no leg to stand on. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this guy wants to join us. This is what we want to offer you. You either take it or leave it, because this guy will join us eventually. You know what I'm saying? They do not want to pay the 150 million pounds, by the way. Not euros, guys, pounds. Yeah? Liverpool do not want to pay that. And they offered a piss-taking 110 million pounds. And this is including add-ons, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So this is basically like a base fee of maybe 100. You know what I'm saying? And they want to pay like 70 or 80 up front and the rest next year. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those situations where Liverpool just set their eyes on Newcastle once again, and they're just not going to take no for an answer. at this moment in time, Liverpool have the power position because apparently Newcastle also bid this guy a release clause in 2026. So basically, they're telling him, stay for another year, and next year you'll have a release clause. So Liverpool just can activate that, and then you can join them. Khalas. You know what I'm saying? That's what Newcastle want right now. But I don't see that happening personally. I feel like Liverpool will get this deal done, and it will happen this summer. You know what I'm saying? So at this moment in time, Liverpool are just doing good business, man. They are doing amazing business, by the way. Because if they're saying 150 and you're saying 110, let's meet somewhere in the middle. Or I'll give, you know what? I'll give you 130. You know what I'm saying? So because if 130 is your beginning bid, that means that you can go higher than 130. But if you start with 110, now you can go higher to 130. And now Newcastle can think, you know what? That doesn't sound so bad after all. You know what I'm saying? But if you start with 130, then it sounds not as big, pause. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Liverpool are doing, once again, in my opinion, amazing business. I don't know what you think, Ashraf. Do you think he's going to join this season? Do you think he's going to join January or late 2026 when he gets a quote-unquote release clause? What are you thinking, bro?
Yeah, look, I mean, this could go obviously in different ways. We've seen Harry Kane have the exact same issue a couple of years ago before when he was at Spurs. Apparently, he said goodbye to everyone. He had that interview with Gary Neville, a gentleman's agreement with Daniel Levy, and in the end, he ended up staying not just for one more season, for 2 more seasons. So Newcastle obviously do have power here because they have a 3-year contract with him. And the reality is, I think Newcastle know if they don't sell him, Isak will end up like playing for them and obviously performing next season because he is a professional. He's not going to want his stocks to go down. And if they do end up keeping him, they can definitely sell him next year for like, I would still say 100 million. Again, God forbid, unless he gets like an injury, he's out for the rest of the season or something like that. And in which case, of course, his stock will go down. And I don't even think Liverpool would want him then. But if you think about the situation right now, I do think Newcastle have that power where, and to be honest, I don't blame them for wanting to keep him at least for one more season because they can then go find a replacement. And I think that's probably what they wanted to do with Ekitike. I think they were trying to find a replacement for Ekitike. Sorry, for Isak. They wanted to get like a succession story, someone to come in this season, play alongside Isak, play in place of Isak in some games, come off the bench in some games. That way next season, when Isak leaves, they have someone who's already settled into the league. They don't have to wait. Yeah. So I do think they have power there, but I think, Liverpool, I'm going to be honest, like with the Liverpool fans, this might actually be a blessing in disguise for you guys because I think you getting Isak, and I asked a lot of you guys this, so don't change your answers now. A lot of you guys said when I asked you last time, getting Isak, does that mean you will also still get Rodrygo? And majority of the Liverpool fans back then said no. Like, if we're being realistic, we're not going to get Isak and Rodrygo, right? Yeah. In my opinion, while I think Gakpo's done well for you guys last season, I think a front three of Isak, Salah, and Gakpo is scary. Probably the best in the league, in fact. But I think a front three of Ekitike, Rodrygo, and Salah is also as scary. While Ekitike is nowhere near as good as Isak, but I think Rodrygo is levels over Gakpo. So
I agree.
It doesn't. Yeah, so I don't think you guys have anything to lose there. If you're not getting Isak and it doesn't happen, you end up getting a top quality left winger in Rodrygo. You'll definitely be able to pay his wages then, because if Isak is not coming, that means you can pay the wages. And guess what? It gives you another season to see how Ekitike settles in. If Ekitike doesn't perform well, does not turn out to be the guy some of you guys expect him to be, then that gives you the chance to go get Isak next season for probably lower money, right? For a lower amount. And if you win the league, way less. And if you win the league, you also end up making enough money to try and I mean, I know you guys don't have any PSR issues, so I don't think that should be a problem for you guys regardless. But obviously, if you are able to get him next season for like 90 or 100 million, then you're in an even better position, to be honest. And you will have Rodrygo and Isak. If you're asking me, do I think he will join this summer? I feel Newcastle might stand their ground and say, listen, 150 million or we're not selling. And if that happens, I think Liverpool will say, okay, screw you guys. We'll get him next summer.
Okay.
Big up
By
to
the way,
Egal for the raid.
Yeah, big up Egal for the raid. Guys, welcome to Saad's Football Corner. Saad is not here today, unfortunately, because he is on vacation and the show must go on. So me and Ashraf took it upon ourselves to continue the Koora pod today. You know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome. Make sure to like the video. You know what I'm saying? 315 people here. Big up Egal once again for the raid. And yeah, maybe Ashraf, you're spitting, bro. Maybe you're spitting. Maybe this could actually be true, and maybe Isak will end up staying at Newcastle. But for me, like I said, bro, I do believe that Liverpool will pull this off. Either way, because I feel like the player's head is turned so much. He broke his neck. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them, bro. I don't think he really wants to return to Newcastle. I genuinely think so, but maybe that's just my random thoughts. But big up Egal, bro. Big up Egal. Yeah, Saad, like I said, bro, he is on vacation. He's on vacation. Yeah, vacation, and he had terrible Wi-Fi on his hotel in his hotel room, so he couldn't jump on. And yes, he is hiding because me and Ashraf would have cooked him today, and he dodged the smoke today. He dodged the smoke. So. But big up to you.
But he didn't want us to cancel the show, and honestly, we didn't want to cancel the show either. We support.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much for joining and obviously liking the stream and everything. So we want to make sure we do this every week. Even if it's a one-person show, we'll end up showing up. So you can count on us on that.
Exactly. We need to keep the Koora pod alive. You know what I'm saying? These frauds can leave, but we're still here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
we're still here. That's what it is.
Big up.
But yeah, look, I really think that's probably what's going to happen. And look, I'll say this, and please, Liverpool fans, don't get triggered. I know what he's going to say next, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I don't give a shit. I genuinely think he should wait for Barcelona next year. I'm not joking because I know you will say every week he brings up Barcelona, but it is honestly the truth. If Isak is smart next summer. If Lewandowski obviously is getting older, I think he's in his last year of contract as well. I don't know if they're renewing. And he's on big wages, Lewandowski at Barcelona. They'll easily be able to pay Isak whatever he wants, like at least 250, 300K. And on top of that, he ends up getting a move to one of the biggest clubs out there. Imagine playing with Lamine Yamal and Pedri and Frankie de Jong. Okay, fair enough. And also Rashford and all. and Rafinha. Bro, they're gonna dominate for years to come. Like they're gonna dominate. I think the season itself, they're gonna be one of the best teams in the world. So if I were him, I would. Denzel is like 234 for Aston
Yes,
Barcelona.
Exactly.
Bruh, listen.
Remember the daily Dusan with Vlahovic. You know what I'm saying? This is daily Barca.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if things went a bit differently, I might have been a Barca fan today instead of Arsenal. I'm not going to say that would have been a bad thing, to be honest, but it is what it is. We love who we love. But yeah, look, in the end, I think the right thing for him to do, honestly, is wait for that Barca. I swear to God, I'm not trying to disrespect Liverpool. Barca is a bigger club, obviously, and I think they're playing with Lamine Yamal and Pedri for another 7, 8 years. It's a story that will be told for years if they end up winning the things that I think they can win. I don't know if they will end up. Look, by the way, you talk about Rashford. They will only sign Rashford because it's a loan right now. They'll only sign him permanently if he absolutely kills it this season. If he kills it this season and we get the prime peak Rashford from a couple of years ago, then it doesn't. Liverpool fans, are you guys okay?
You are triggering the living daylights.
Oh my God, Liverpool fans, do you actually think you're a bigger club than Barcelona? Oh my God, guys!
I've praised your club, guys. By the way,
I've praised your club enough. You need to get out of your own asses, guys. You're not bigger than the only club bigger than Barcelona in the world is Real Madrid. That's it. There is no bigger club. Barcelona is the only club that is broke and goes and signs all these superstars. So
I think you mean as a brand. Am I wrong? Because trophy-wise, obviously Liverpool outclassed.
Why do you say trophy-wise? There's one Champions League difference between them. One club has 2 trebles. Liverpool, amazing 6 Champions Leagues, but no treble. So I would say the trebles kind of balance out the the difference in Champions League, which is just one. And in terms of league titles, I think Barcelona also have a lot of league titles. So what are you on about? It's not a debate. Barcelona is the second biggest club in the world. You guys are mad. You guys are mad. You need to get out of this Premier League merchant crap. You guys need to. You don't have any era that is as historic as the Messi era of Barcelona. I mean, I know Ian Rush, I get it, Alan Hansen, but it is. Nah, I'm sorry, Alan. Big up to you. You know, I have nothing but love and respect for you, bro. But it is obvious for me. I think literally Liverpool. For me, by the way, I say Liverpool is the biggest club in England. I don't buy this. Okay. Let me put it this way. For me, right, the way I judge club size, I have 5 criteria, right? And obviously, not every criteria is the exact same weightage. I think you can add more weight to one of the criteria over the other, but there's 5. So there's historical relevance, which both Liverpool and Barcelona obviously have. You can argue Liverpool might have it more because their Champions Leagues are a lot more spread. But again, you can argue Barcelona also have decent history, maybe not as good as Liverpool's. So you look at historical relevance, global presence, revenue. I don't like the money part of it, but it is a factor. We can't deny it. Trophies and achievements. And I like to also add this 5th factor because I think it does matter. And that is current, like present or recent history, meaning which team is better in the last like 5, 6, 7 years, because I think that also matters because clubs do get bigger with time. Like anyone who thinks City is going to be a small club forever is lying. Like City are building in the last 10, 15 years, what in 20, 30 years is going to become historic, right? Trebles are overrated. Yeah, because you've never won one, Rusty. That's why. I've never won one either, but I know it's not overrated. So stop doing that crap. Don't make me lecture you on why trebles are the most difficult things to do in a season.
The thing is, Ashraf, I think what triggered the chat the most is the fact that you said they are obviously bigger. So you're saying it's clear cut, and they are thinking it's closer than you think, and you make it out to be, basically. You know what I'm saying? For me, I feel okay. I can say this, yeah. I have seen more Barca fans in my life than I've seen Liverpool fans. I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Wait, repeat that again.
I said I personally, because I don't live in England, you know what I'm saying? I live in the Netherlands and I also live in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? And I personally have seen more Barca fans than I've seen Liverpool fans.
Same. I'm not in England, and there's 10 times more Barca fans in UAE, in the Middle East, in Africa, in Morocco, and all that stuff than there is Liverpool fans. So that's a fact. That's a reality. Yeah. Global presence, you're not on their level. Revenue, I think obviously you might have overtaken them. Actually, you know what? Let me see.
Yeah.
Have you guys overtaken
the thing for me is the fact that Liverpool have the one Champions League more than Barca still. I feel like.
But what about the trebles though?
Okay, the trebles, yes, trebles. Yeah, okay. I'm not disputing that. I am saying those are amazing achievements. But I can see both sides. I do agree with you with the fact that globally Barca are just more of a club that is more present with even the casuals, for example. You know what I'm saying? When you play FIFA, you pick Barca, for example. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you stupid examples because not everyone is a diehard fan like that. Even the more casuals lean more towards the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. But when it comes to club achievements, for me, I am the Standards FC guy. So for me, the trophies are the most important thing. And I do believe that it is a little bit closer.
It'll still be Barcelona, no? Barcelona, I think, have more trophies. I think so. I could be wrong, but I think
what I'm trying to say is, globally, yes, I can see Barca being a bigger club when it comes to fan base and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But club achievements, I do believe it is a little bit closer than obviously Barca are bigger.
Okay, let me say why I meant obviously, guys. I didn't mean, when I said obviously, I didn't mean there's like, they're here and you're here. I meant obviously as in, first of all, some of you guys like are saying criteria, most of it is Liverpool's. That's not true. I just checked revenue 2024. This is by Deloitte. They have made more money than you guys. They've made 760 million euros. You guys have made 714. Obviously, the figures for this year are not going to be there yet. We will have to see at the end of the year, right? And I'm talking about reliable sources. Like Deloitte is a proper reliable source. Global presence, they're bigger than you guys. They sell more jerseys than you guys around the globe. I think they also get more views, if I'm not wrong. Over the last 5 years, they've got more views. And when I said like the last one about recent history, fair enough. I think you can argue Liverpool there. It was Barca before that. You can argue Liverpool there. Today, I don't know who's better, to be honest, because Liverpool are Premier League champions, Barca are La Liga champions. I'm not 100% sure which one is better. I guess we'll get better clarity this coming season. So that one for me is a question mark. Yeah, 100%. But in terms
versus Liverpool today,
will be incredible. Will be an amazing game.
See that, bro. Yeah.
But outside historical relevance, where I think Liverpool win, the other three factors I would say all are Barcelona. The trophies and accomplishments, I think, are Barcelona. Again, when I say trophies and accomplishments, I'm also looking at like the accomplishment. Like a treble is a massive accomplishment. It's the hardest thing to do for any football club.
Yeah, and they did it twice.
Incredibly hard to be. And they did it twice. It's very hard to concentrate in every single competition, which means almost every single game from the start until the end of the season. That's why these trebles are very rare, and they've done that twice. So historical trophies and accomplishments, I think they're better. Revenue, clearly they're better. And what was the other one? Global presence, obviously they're better. They sell more jerseys and they make more money from their jerseys, obviously, because they sell more. So that's why I meant, guys, I'm sorry, I'll just end with this.
Yeah.
I'll just end with this, and that's what I meant by obvious. I meant like because they win in majority of the criteria, that's why it's obvious. But the gap in every single criteria is actually not big. You're right. The gap in trophies is small. The gap in global presence, maybe that's big, but Liverpool itself are a massive institution. And the gap in revenue also is not that big. Like 50 million is not that tremendous, right? So that's what I meant.
Also, by the way, guys, let's not disrespect Johan Cruyff, who made Barcelona who they are today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not only Messi and Ronaldinho and Khalas. They do have a pretty decent history, and Johan Cruyff was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
and you know why that's a bad argument? You know why that's a bad argument? Because by that logic, guys, United are not a big club in England. Because if you take away Alex Ferguson from United, bro, they're nobody. They're another Aston Villa. Like, let's not do that. Like the player and the managers, they're part of the club. They make your history. They make your club. They're all part of the whole package, right? So
yeah. I mean, bro, you are a master when it comes to starting fires. You know what I'm saying? Especially with your secondary club, Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? You are the Barca guy. You know.
I didn't mean to start a fire. I swear, I didn't think it'll be taken in a bad way. Anyway, I think Liverpool is the biggest club in England, though. I'll say that easily, like for sure.
Yeah,
because
I
again,
agree with that as
revenue. While revenue United is better, and while global presence United is better, all the other three factors are Liverpool. Current, present, Liverpool are stronger. Historical relevance, Liverpool are better. I think trophies and accomplishments, Liverpool are better.
I think Liverpool just suffered for that large parts where they just didn't win a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they did win the odd Champions League here and there and a few cups, but they were not really challenging as teams. You know what I'm saying? The John Joe Shelby's, the Lovrens, you know what I'm saying? Those teams back in the day, it didn't look great. So they didn't have the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And Barca obviously had the Ronaldinho era, and then they had the Messi era when Messi took over from Ronaldinho. You know what I'm saying? So Barca did have the early 2000s and the, you know what I'm saying? And so I can see why there are more Barca fans currently, because Barca just had those legendary names, bro. You cannot have the GOAT and not have more fans than, you know what I'm saying, Manchester United or Liverpool or blah, blah, blah. And TK, all I meant was before 2000, we were clear. And yes, you did have a period where you were the best team in the world. You won everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disputing that. And because I remember that, because I did not watch this because I am too young to remember this, but I even remember when George Graham celebrated going 0-0 to the second half, because he was happy that he didn't concede against Liverpool in the first half, because Liverpool used to destroy teams. You know what I'm saying? What happened? We ended up winning that game and beating Liverpool. And you know what I'm saying? And it was a miracle. You did not expect that to happen at the end of the day. You know, we remember who you are. We remember the Kenny Dalglishes, the Barneses, you know what I'm saying? We remember those times. But at the end of the day, we are looking at it from a foreign perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because yes, I've been to England. Yes, I've been to London. Yes, I've been to multiple places in. I said Barnes. I said Barnes, but I've been to England. But I've also been to Turkey. I've been in multiple countries, and I can clearly say that Barca do have a more global presence
Yeah,
than
100%.
most teams. You know what I'm saying? Most teams, guys. Let's be real, guys. You know what I'm saying? But
And by
yeah,
the way, it's Messi that took you guys or took Barca over. I agree with that. Up until forget 2000, even up until 2010, I would say Liverpool were a bigger club. But obviously things change. We have to like stay with reality. Like right now, nobody can say Chelsea are a bigger club than City. I don't think they are. City are a bigger club because they've won more trophies. Yes, it's only 20 years, 15 years. But it doesn't matter though. Like they've caught up, they've won their trophies, they have a bigger they make more money, they have better revenue, and I think eventually they will have a massive global presence as well. It's just the kids who grew up watching Yaya Toure and stuff are now becoming City fans. So it'll come in cycles.
yeah, kids like guys, kids did not watch Balotelli at Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Just to say the least. Like actually, people did not do that. I had to get one dig in, guys. You know, I had to get one dig. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I think that's all for the topics today. The only topic that we have is as a release clause, but we did talk briefly about Eze
Yeah,
and
they
what we
touched it
think
in the
about
beginning.
Eze.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I do believe we will get Eze, and I think the club just waited until this release clause expired so they can actually say, you know what, now we don't have a release clause. Nobody can trigger it. Nobody can ruin this transfer for us, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now we can negotiate, and now you do have to come towards the 60 million that we want to give you. You know what I'm saying? And we also want to give the installments in 3 years or plus, and they want it in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just semantics that's just going on right now. I think it's just details that just holding us back from getting Eze. But I feel like the club is relaxed when it comes to this Eze deal, and we will get it over the line. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about the price, and do you think it was smart to wait for the release clause to expire to negotiate, or do you think it's stupid and we just get this deal done straight away?
Yeah, I think with the release clause, you have to pay it all in full, right? If I'm not wrong. So maybe
No,
that is smart. Because in La Liga, you have to pay it in full.
smart. No, like I'll give you an example. Galatasaray bought Osimhen. They give 40 million of the release clause straight up, and then the 35 million they give in one installment. And we want to do the same with Eze, but we want to pay like 35 million upfront, and the other 40 million, 35 million we want to pay in 2 or 3 installments. So that is possible with a release clause.
Because in La Liga, from what I know, when there's a release clause, it has to be all paid up front, and it's paid to La Liga, not even paid to the club. But yeah, look, I don't mind. I don't think it's a bad move. I heard that I read that they wanted Crystal Palace for 30 million.
Before we continue, I need to.
Guys, that's why I said we're gonna touch them.
I am an amateur, guys. You know what I'm saying? My bad, guys. I don't.
No, we were gonna come to them, guys. Don't worry.
We will come to them. We will come to them. Don't worry. But big up Omar though. Origi, Robo made Messi cry. Lamau, you never walk alone.
Stop it, Origi. Stop it. Stop it, Origi. Stop it, Omar.
Stop it, Origi.
Stop it.
Hit the likes. Hit the like button, chat. Big up Denzel for
becoming
a member for 5 months. You know what I'm saying? 5 months strong. And Omar, big up to you for the super chat as well. And yes, this was an amazing moment. And also Trent made that happen. So hold that.
That's true. Yeah. Your legend right back made that happen. Sean asked a question. Actually, he said, "Where is it, guys? Messi or Dino? Who did you enjoy watching more?" I'm probably gonna go against the grain here. I know everyone will say Ronaldinho. I actually enjoyed watching Messi more because for me, I enjoyed the intelligence in football, like to be able to go past 4 or 5 people and then give a through ball. To be able to attract a bunch of defenders to you and then just slot someone through. And even like something as simplistic as I will just dribble past 6 people without any tricks, just pure change of pace and direction and efficient, smart football. I'm a huge fan of that. Like for me, like because I used to play regularly back then, and generally one of the most things I enjoyed but playing football, like I was, again, not to toot my own horn, but I was like a nutmeg king. I used to love nutmegging people, but I never enjoyed that more than playing a nice 1-2 with someone, because the pleasure you get from seeing a team get ripped open with just pure intelligence on the pitch, like for me is incredible. So Messi like personified that in my opinion. But obviously Ronaldinho, I think Ronaldinho's impact on the game probably is bigger. I'd say that.
I think for me personally, I grew up watching Ronaldinho, and obviously when you play FIFA Street back in the day on the Xbox or the PlayStation, the last character you get on that game is Ronaldinho, because he was the, you know what I'm saying? He is the guy when it comes to tricks.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a
Yeah.
Neymar today if there was no Ronaldinho. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know you think Neymar is better than Ronaldinho, but like I said,
He is, but that's an argument for a different day. Yeah.
yeah, but it's just like there would be no Kobe if there was no Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same. A lot of players would not be here if there was no Ronaldinho. So I feel like when it comes to enjoying the game, enjoying the beautiful game of football, when you watch one individual, I think Ronaldinho is hands down the guy that I would pick. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to inhumane, mind-blowing, like the craziest shit you'll ever see in your life, it is Messi.
Yeah.
Because Messi did stuff that nobody could ever do. You know what I'm saying? His passing was elite. His shooting was elite. His dribbling was elite. Everything that this guy did was elite, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this guy out-dribbled Real Madrid in numerous times, bro. Remember that one goal where he just started from the halfway line,
Busquets
and just dribbled past everyone.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Champions
That
League
is-
semi-final.
Exactly, bro. You're lagging like.
And by the way,
crazy,
guess who? By the way, you are lagging for me. So I don't, guys. Is it me or is it T who's lagging for you guys? Because T was lagging for
Guys?
me this whole time, and I was like, "Is it? Please let us know, because if it's my internet, I'll just."
Is
on
it me
again.
or is it Ashraf, guys? Okay. Is it?
Yeah, I felt it was T, but anyways, I could be wrong. Let us know, guys. But yeah, it was the best. Do you know who assisted the other goal? Because Messi scored 2 goals. Oh, it is me. Okay, there. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's
Fair
you.
enough, guys. Let me get. Wait, am I still lagging now?
You're a little bit blurry, and sometimes you cut off when you talk. But now I think you're good. Speak again, please.
One sec.
Yeah, and by the way,
I'm going
this
to
as
fix
well,
it.
bro. 91 goals in a year. Bro, that guy was not human, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, is it better now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now a little bit better. Maybe if we
Let me just leave. Let me just leave and log in again. I just connected my Ethernet cable. It should work now. One sec.
Okay. I think you're good. I think you stopped lagging. Okay. There he goes, guys. I am the solo guy in the Koora pot today. There's all the Moroccans left, and they left the Moroccan Koora pot to the Turkish guy. Imagine that, bro. Turkey is taking over. What is this? The Ottoman Empire again? You know what I'm saying? Big... It's on a podcast. Yeah, bro. Big up. Ashraf is back again, guys. Ashraf is back again.
It seems like Arteta hacked me, but yeah, 91 goals in a single year. Oh my god, that was 91 goals and like 20 something or 30 something assists. Is just mental, to be honest. And Akil, yes, to answer your question, because he mentioned that's and you must have loved Fabregas play for us then, bro. Fabregas and Ozil are my 2 favorite players in the Emirates era at Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie, like just the things they did were for me like spectacular. But then you then added the other comment, which is that's why Hazard is better than Salah. No, he's not. No, he's not. That actually, if you listen to my point clearly, it means Salah is better than Hazard, because I enjoy a player who can keep things simple and destroy without like doing XYZ. I can destroy teams without like the extra step over, the extra tricks and all that stuff. Hazard was an elite dribbler. The only thing Hazard was better than Salah in is dribbling. That's it. In every other metric, scoring, finishing, assisting, creation, everything Salah wins. So,
I
but
mean,
yeah, big on Hazard. I loved watching Hazard, to be honest.
I'm in the camp of I liked Alexis Sanchez back then, and I was that deluded guy that just the whole Hazard versus Alexis Sanchez conversation. Remember that?
Wait. Stop. It wasn't deluded. If anyone who says Alexis Sanchez wasn't playing at a Hazard level in those 2-3 seasons, you're lying to yourself. In
Yeah.
2017, when Chelsea won the league, right, and Hazard was one of the best players, although Conte won it, Alexis Sanchez had 34 GA in the Premier League alone. Not in all competitions. In the Premier League, he had 34 GA. In his first season in Arsenal, he had like 15 goals and 5, 6, 7 assists. I can't remember. Why are people like pretending like Alexis Sanchez and Hazard wasn't a serious conversation? In those 2-3 seasons, it was a serious conversation. Obviously, Alexis Sanchez didn't stay with us long enough, nor did he win a league with us, unfortunately. He just ended up winning 2 FA Cups. And obviously he was a major part in the 2 FA Cups we won.
I do not want to get guessed, but I'm looking at Twitter right now, and I am seeing Eduardo Hagen.
I don't trust that fraud.
He reposted the exclusive of Hand of Arsenal talking about Rodrygo. So there could I don't know. I don't trust it. I have to see it to believe it. But at the end of the day,
I
we'll
don't
see.
trust that at all.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. We did. We could have spoken about Hato as well to Chelsea. For me, very talented player. Very talented player, but very shameful that he went to Chelsea at the end of the day, bro. But, as they did score again today, which is also a fun fact of the day. He keeps scoring in preseason. Just wait, I am seeing something, but yeah, this is ESPN Brazil. I don't know. Let me just read it.
ESPN Brazil is reliable, by the way. Like for other Brazilian players, I've seen it before.
Okay, you know what? Let me share it then. If that's the case, let me share my screen. I did not read it, by the way, guys. So this is the first time I'm reading it as well. Rodrygo has several intermediaries working on a Real Madrid exit, with the player favoring Premier League move. However, Rodrygo's wage demands are very high for Arsenal. A move to the Gunners no longer seems so likely. Bro, we knew this. Why are people sharing this then?
Yeah, this was already told said a week or 2 weeks ago.
Get this off my screen, bro. Hold on. Get this off my screen. Bro, we already knew this. Why are people guessing me? Why are people reposting stuff? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're not going to pay him more than Havertz because Havertz is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Chelsea, we look forward, as a football club, we look forward to next summer when you guys bend us over again. Please bring lube this time, because that's what Arsenal are when it comes to transfer window. Where Chelsea is, I won't finish that sentence.
Hey, bro, like I said, be happy because we could potentially get Gittins when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Yeah, but if he's a superstar, we won't get him then. They don't sell superstars to us. They sell us bums. If he's a bum, I don't want him anymore.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, this was the Koora pod for today. This was basically TKA x Ash, you know what I'm saying? And we carried the show once again without the frauds. But big up the frauds. Hopefully they're here next time, guys. Big up the chat as well. Big up. Thank you guys for engaging with us. The chat was elite. Big up Egal for the raid as well. Big up the legend Omar Rushdie for the super chat. And Denzel for becoming a member as well. Big up the almost want to say casuals. Big up the what do you call that again? The regulars. Big up the regulars like Aaron, like FK, like Sean, like Denzel. You know what I'm saying? Big up Boston as well. Big up Achille. Big up Marco. Big up whoever. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone. You know what I'm saying? And also, I have an announcement for myself specifically. Because you guys know Ashraf. He's on multiple channels. He's one of the main guys in multiple shows.
I'll start releasing videos soon, guys. I don't think I can do live streams anytime soon, but
yes,
I'll start releasing like 10-minute videos here and there on different things, probably when the season starts.
So make sure to subscribe to Ashraf Talks Football. If anyone can link Ashraf's channel, if you know what, I'll link it, bro. Let me Let me link Ashraf's channel. He is almost on 2K, guys. Make sure to subscribe to Ashraf's channel so he can hit 2K. Oh, shit. Okay, let me copy this and go here, here, and here. This is Ashraf's channel, guys. And also, my channel, because as you guys know, I started streaming as well. You know what I'm saying? Yes, TK is starting his streams as well, guys. And I am 8 subscribers away from hitting 100 subscribers, guys. It would mean the world to me if Ashraf can hit 2K on this stream, and if I can hit 100 subscribers on today.
Yeah, if I hit 2K, I'll release the video immediately the same day or the next day.
Yes. And if I hit 100 subscribers, I will also consider streaming this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I was going to stream anyway, but we will stream. Okay, fraud, FK. Okay, I hope Isak doesn't join you. Okay, I hope Isak just, says, you know what? I like the tunes. I like the big, you know what I'm saying? The big...
That was funny, FK. I'm not going to lie. That was
big up
funny.
FK. Big up
Big up
Faxi.
FK.
You're a fraud. Big up, but you're a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, guys, make sure to subscribe to Ashraf. He is on his way to 2K, and make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. I am on my way to 100 subscribers. More streams are coming on my channel. More videos are coming on Ashraf's channel. You will see Ashraf obviously regularly on Footy Judge Mo's channel and Ashraf Hossam's channel, and you'll see me on those channels as well. So yeah, big up, guys. We'll bring you more content, and we'll see you guys next week. Big up. Ciao, ciao.